Hey guys, what's up? It's James, Sports Betting Education Channel. I'm a little angry right now, man, but I'm just gonna get through this video. I've been trying to record it over and over and things have been messing up. But I have two predictions for you guys in this Thursday night football matchup between the Green Bay Packers and Philadelphia Eagles. I'll read the picks and then I'll talk about the matchup, the game, and then I'll go over what led me to making those picks. So I'm taking two Packers skill position players. I'm taking Davante Adams over 89 receiving yards and Jamal Williams under 29.5 rushing yards. So I think the Packers are going to move the ball efficiently. I think they're going to move the ball through the air. Now I want to set the tone. I want to talk about the game a little bit. I do have a premium pick in this one. So I have a play that's going to go towards the record of 12-4 to this point throughout 3 weeks of the NFL season. So hopefully we're 13-4 after tonight's matchup. And if you want to hop on the premium picks, it's only $25 per week. It'll get you every NFL football week 4 pick. That's over at sbenation.com. You can direct message me on Instagram if you have questions. You can comment below if you have questions, if you want to sign up. I would recommend going through the website though, because I get a notification and then I just forward the email right to you. The email we have an NFL teaser that's already been put out earlier in the week, and then we have the pick in tonight's game, and I also included a write-up on basically a lot of the stuff I'm going to be going over in this video on those two player props. So we'll set the tone coming into this game. You've got a rookie head coach for the Green Bay Packers. Now obviously he's having a lot of success, but when I look at Thursday night football games, short weeks, players don't have rest, coaches don't have time to prepare, especially when you're the road team. There's a tough spot for a rookie coach, and if you followed the channel for any amount of time, in football I put a lot of weight into the coaches. I would much rather take the better coach, not than the better team, but if it's two teams I feel similar to it's an even matchup, I'm always gonna put my money with the coach that I trust more, which just kind of makes sense, kind of common sense. But I think right now we're at a stage in 2019, just in football across the board, high school, college, NFL, where there's some coaches that are adjusting to the new times, and there's some coaches stuck in their old ways. And I guess that doesn't directly pertain to this matchup, but on a Thursday night football game, you have less time to prepare. So a rookie coach, this is a really tough task. And then when you look at Doug Peterson, since he took over the Eagles, he's been 4-0 in Thursday night football games. So that's an extremely impressive stat. They're actually the only undefeated team on Thursday night football over the past, I don't know what the stretch was with the stat that I read, but it was like over the past 5 years or something, the only undefeated Thursday night football team. So there's definitely some value in knowing that, at least when you make your decision, right? This shouldn't be a trend that you blindly follow, but there's value in knowing it. And then the Packers are undefeated, so they might not be as hungry as the Eagles are. In the Doug Peterson era, one thing Doug Peterson's been very successful at, he was a high school coach not too long before taking over the job with the Eagles. Obviously, he climbs his way up. He didn't go there overnight, but he practically did. You think about high school coaches, you think about motivating players, not letting a couple losses in a row get to the players' heads. Well, since he took over for the Eagles have not lost 3 games in a row. So, they might lose 3 games in a row tonight, or they might not. But he has avoided that. He's undefeated coming off of 2 losses as the Eagles coach. Now, the Packers, they are undefeated. Their defense is looking good. Their defense is looking like they're really what has carried them to this record so far. The offense has struggled, and it's been disguised by that perfect record. Winning kind of cures everything, but really it's been the turnover differential of +6, which is just insane. That means they're getting 2 extra turnovers than the opposition each game. So turnover differential of +6 throughout 3 weeks is just really high, guys, and that can disguise really poor gameplay. Sometimes you can dominate a team, but if they beat you in turnover differential by 2 turnovers, they're going to get the win that day. So that might be a contributing factor of why they've been undefeated to this point, and it might not be something that's sustainable over the long term. But I want to get into, specifically how these two teams match up, specifically the Eagles defense versus the Packers offense, because that is what our player props are on. We're on Packers skill position, guys. So the Packers, they really struggle rushing the ball. They're like second to last in the league. Yards per rush at 3.4, and then the Eagles lead the league in 2.9 yards allowed on the ground. They also lead the league in most percentage of the yards they've allowed as passing yards. So out of all the yards that the Eagles have allowed, 83.8% of yards allowed have came through the air. So they don't give up hardly anything on the ground. And then on the flip side, the Packers struggle to run the ball, really because they don't want to run the ball. They really want to pass the ball. And the Packers also are second in the league, only to the Patriots, in offensive snaps taken with the lead. So the Packers are throwing the ball a ton, and a ton more than they're running it. And they've been playing with a lead. So if this is a competitive game where maybe they play a good portion of it from behind, or the whole thing from behind, or just a little bit more behind than they have the first 3 weeks of the season, I expect more passing. And I do expect them to go through the air, just because it's like a puzzle piece that fits, right? The Packers don't like to rush. The Eagles are good at stopping the rush. The Packers like to throw. The Eagles have given up yards through the air. So when I look at this Davante Adams over 89 yards receiving, I like it a lot. And one of the big reasons I like it is because the Eagles have given up big games to opponents' top receivers. You look at Julio Jones, he went for 106 yards and 2 touchdowns against them. Terry McLaurin went for 125 yards and a touchdown against them. And I think Davante Adams, I think he has a really good game this game. I think he receives over 100 yards. And then I think the Packers really have no need to run the ball. And I think if they try, the Eagles are going to stop them. So I'm targeting Jamal Williams under 29.5 rushing yards as well. And those are your 2 free player props. I hope that you guys found some value from this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that was everything you thought it would be and more. Hit that thumbs up button if you appreciated it. Thank you guys for supporting the channel. Thanks for supporting me on Instagram. And of course, those of you who hopped on the premium packages, thank you so much. If you want to hop on, remember, I'll forward you that email as soon as you pay up. As soon as you go over to the website, sbenation.com, just a small donation of $25, and you can hop on board. We're 12-4. We're looking to go 13-4 tonight. Thank you guys. Best of luck in your sports bets, and I'll see you guys in the next free pick video.